Today, I want you to, just for a second, close your eyes. Picture walking to a room. It's lit entirely by that shimmering, deep blue light.
That actinic glow.
Yes, exactly. You hear this low hum of water pumps, maybe the trickle of a filter, and that faint smell of salt water. You're surrounded by these glass boxes full of clownfish, anemones, corals. It's like another planet.
You're describing the LFS,
The LFS, yeah. The local fish store.
a magical place for a lot of us.
It really is. It's where the obsession starts. You walk in just to look and, well, you walk out with a brand new hobby. But here's the reality check, and this is why we're doing this dive today. Those shops are facing a serious double whammy right now. I mean, they are quite literally an endangered species.
They really are. And it's not just the usual retail headwinds. It's a very specific kind of pressure cooker.
Okay, so what's on one side?
On one side, you have this public perception that saltwater aquariums are impossible. You know the drill. You need a PhD in chemistry, it costs a fortune, and every single thing you buy is going to die in a week. That keeps beginners completely away.
It's the scare factor on the other side.
The online giants, these massive warehouses that can ship you a bucket of salt or a high-end light for like 20% less than the local guy can even buy it for wholesale.
Wow.
So you got fewer people coming into the hobby, and the ones who are in it are buying all their high-margin gear online. It's a death spiral for these mean street shops.
Which brings us to this fascinating document we're breaking down today.
Yeah.
It's titled, Brainstorming Ways Coral Fever Can Strengthen the Local Reef Store Experience. Now, I know that title sounds a little dry, a bit corporate maybe.
It does, but it's not. It's basically a strategic battle plan. It's almost a manifesto on how to save the soul of the hobby.
The soul of the hobby, I like that.
It is. It's a brainstorm from Coral Fever with a very specific mission. Make reef keeping accessible for everyone while making sure the local store stays the backbone of the whole ecosystem.
And backbone is really the key word there, isn't it?
It has to be.
Because if the local shops disappear, where do you go to actually see the fish? Where do you run when your tank is leaking on a Sunday and you need a fitting right now?
You can't download a bulkhead fitting. You need a place to go. And this document, it outlines 4 main pillars to save the LFS. Education, operations, technology, and community.
Okay.
And the central idea is fascinating. It's that if you can get a beginner to succeed early and feel supported by their local shop, they stay in the hobby. It creates a growth cycle, not a failure cycle.
All right, so let's unpack that. Pillar 1, education, that's tackling the whole it's too hard barrier we just mentioned. And there's an idea in here that I think is absolute genius, but also incredibly risky for a store owner, the success guarantee.
This is a bold move. It really flips the script.
It does.
The concept is the store sells a curated starter package, the tank, salt, filter, the works.
All in one box.
But it comes with a safety net, a literal financial guarantee. The source mentions a 30-day survival guarantee on your first fish.
Whoa, wait, pause on that. A guarantee on a living creature in an aquarium.
I know.
That sounds like financial suicide for a shop. I mean, beginners make mistakes constantly.
It does sound risky, doesn't it? But here's the nuance. Here's the clever part. It's not just buy this fish, good luck.
Oh, okay.
The guarantee only applies if you follow their specific guidance and use the prescribed kit.
So it's conditional. That makes more sense.
Exactly. But think about the psychology of that. As a beginner, you're terrified you're going to kill poor Nemo.
Right. You don't want to be a fish murderer.
And the shop is saying, we are so confident in our advice and in this specific equipment that if it doesn't work, we'll cover it.
It completely removes that fear of failure. It tells the customer, hey, we are in this together.
And it's not just the gear. It couples that with access to a support hotline or a dedicated chat for the first 3 to 6 months. You aren't just buying a glass box. You're buying a lifeline.
That connects directly to another idea in the doc, the Reef Mentor Program.
Yes.
This isn't just asking the guy behind the counter a quick question. This is formalized mentorship.
Yeah, think of it like a buddy system or a sponsor. A customer buys that first setup and they get paired with an experienced hobbyist or maybe a designated expert from the store.
So it could be like a WhatsApp group or a monthly check-in call.
Something like that. And this is crucial because the questions you have in that first month are panic questions.
Oh, I remember. I saw a tiny patch of algae and thought the world was ending.
Of course. Is this algae normal? Why is my coral closing up? Is my water supposed to be cloudy?
And usually, where do you go with those questions?
You go to Google or an online forum.
Right. And you get 5 contradictory answers from people just arguing with each other.
One guy says, do a water change, another says, don't touch it, and a third says, your tank is doomed. It's overwhelming, you quit.
So the mentor program ensures you get the right answer from a trusted local source. It builds a bond with that specific store.
It's low-friction learning. They also talk about just stripping away the complexity with reef-keeping 101 workshops and these quick-start guides.
Yeah, we've all seen those textbooks. 300 pages on water chemistry.
Ionic balance and magnesium levels, it's so intimidating.
So this is different.
Yeah, the document suggests a simple pamphlet or a PDF at checkout. Step 1, add water. Step 2, add salt. Step 3, wait. Effective onboarding doesn't need to be a biology lecture.
Just keep it simple. Get them the win.
Precisely. And they're also looking at the long game here with youth outreach.
Getting the Nemo generation involved before they just get lost in their iPads. I love this.
Getting them while they're young. Things like a kid's day at the reef store with touch tanks, letting them actually feel the starfish, or partnering with schools to set up classroom tanks.
You spark that wonder at age 8. You've got a hobbyist for life.
You really do.
Okay, so that handles the newbies. But let's pivot to the second pillar, because all the education in the world doesn't matter if the store goes bankrupt. This part is about strengthening the store operationally.
This is where we get into the nuts and bolts of small business survival. One of the biggest problems for these mom-and-pop shops is that the owner is wearing, like, 10 different hats.
They're the accountant, the janitor, the livestock expert, the web designer.
Everything. And usually, they're great at the fish part and struggling with the rest.
Burning out.
They're burning out. So Coral Fever suggests a reef coach.
A coach for the staff.
Yeah, a staff training initiative. Coral Fever provides a coach to train the store staff, not just on technical skills, how to plumb a sump, but on customer service, on sales consistency.
This is huge because we've all been there, right? You go into a shop, talk to one employee, get an answer. You go back the next day, talk to someone else, get the exact opposite advice. Oh, don't use that buffer, use this one.
That inconsistency kills confidence. If the experts can't agree, what's a beginner supposed to do? The reef coach makes sure everyone is singing from the same songbook.
So everyone's on the same page.
But maybe the more financially significant idea here is cooperative purchasing.
Strength in numbers.
It's Economics 101. A single local store buys 10 buckets of salt. They pay a high wholesale price. No volume.
Meanwhile, the online giant is buying 10,000 buckets.
And paying peanuts. They can sell it to the customer for less than the local store can even buy it for.
Which is why they can't match prices. They literally can't.
Exactly. So the proposal is to organize these independent stores to order in bulk together.
So 10 different shops pool their orders for a pallet of salt mix.
Yes. And suddenly, the little guy is getting pricing tiers that are similar to the big box competitors. It lets them protect their margins or be more competitive without just bleeding money. It levels the playing field.
They also mentioned shared marketing, which makes so much sense. Don't make the shop owner try to design a flyer from scratch in MS Paint.
Please, no more MS Paint flyers. The idea is to provide templates, a tank upgrade event, or a New Year, New Reef promo.
Professional quality, ready to go.
Right. It lets the owner focus on the fish, not on being a graphic designer.
There's one more operational detail I really liked, the curated products idea, the beginner's corner.
Oh yeah, this one tackles the paradox of choice. You walk into a store, and there are 50 different skimmers, 20 types of lights.
And you have no idea which one you need.
And you usually buy the wrong one, or the one with the coolest looking box, and it doesn't even fit your tank. So the idea is to set up a physical section in the store with a running display tank, say a 20-gallon, and right next to it, a shelf with the exact gear used in that tank.
So it's you want this tank, here's the list, take these boxes.
It simplifies everything. It's like buying a mannequin's outfit in a clothing store.
I want that result, so I buy these things.
It creates a path of least resistance to a sale, and more importantly, to a successful tank. No more guessing. You're just replicating success.
Okay, let's move on to pillar 3. This is where it gets a little futuristic. The hybrid model.
Blending digital and physical. This is so critical because you can't ignore the internet. You have to work with it. And the centerpiece here is the local first marketplace.
So explain how this works, because usually marketplace means I'm buying from some giant warehouse in another state.
Right. In this model, you browse a centralized website with a huge inventory, comparable to the online giants.
So I get that midnight scrolling experience on my phone.
You get that. But, and this is the twist, When you place the order, the system routes it to Joe's reef shop down the street for local pickup, or maybe local delivery.
So the customer gets the convenience of browsing a massive online catalog.
But the local store gets the sale. They get the revenue. And, crucially, they get the foot traffic when you come to pick it up.
And that is the golden moment, isn't it?
It is, because when you walk in to grab your order, Joe can say, "Hey, do you have glue for these frags? How's your alkalinity holding up?" You just can't get that from a cardboard box on your porch.
That really is the best of both worlds. And speaking of buying things, let's talk about the tank in a box.
This is another attack on the cost barrier. It's an affordable, all-in-one bundle, maybe 10 or 20 gallons, sold exclusively through local stores.
A grab-and-go reef.
Pretty much. And the notes here say they could use private label goods to keep the price down.
Right, because the margin on a name brand tank is so thin for the store.
Exactly. If they sell a Coral Fever branded tank, they keep more profit, the customer gets a lower price. But it's not just dry goods. The document gets into exclusive livestock strategies.
The beginner's coral packs.
And nanofish packs. Bundles of 3 to 5 species that are vetted for being super hardy. We're talking nearly indestructible.
So no delicate anthias that need to be fed 5 times a day.
No difficult mandarins, no. By restricting beginners to these hardy species, you're basically engineering success.
So they don't buy a difficult animal that dies in a week.
Which leads to heartbreak and a Craigslist tank shutdown sale. Instead, they buy something that thrives.
It prevents that feeling of guilt that I killed it, I'm bad at this. Instead, it's, look, it's alive, I'm a reef keeper.
And once they thrive, they want to upgrade, which leads to the loyalty loop.
The trade-in programs. This is brilliant for retention.
It is. The store offers you credit for your old starter light when you're ready to move up. Then they can refurbish that used gear and sell it as a budget option for the next new student.
It's like a circular economy, but inside the fish store.
And it keeps the customer coming back to that specific store for every single stage of their journey.
They also mentioned a digital tool in here, a Coral Fever app.
Right, an app that tracks your water parameters, calcium, alkalinity, all that.
There are a few apps that do that already, though.
There are, but the kicker here isn't the tracking, it's the connectivity, the push notifications.
What, like time to change your filter media?
Exactly. Get 10% off at Reef Emporium this week.
That's smart. It's not just a reminder, it's a coupon that drives you right into the physical store.
It connects the maintenance chore directly to a store visit. It turns a have-to-do into a get-to-go-to-the-fish store.
So we've covered education, operations, and tech. But this fourth pillar might be the most important one for the soul of the hobby.
Community.
Community.
This is the big shift from retailer to community hub, from just selling goods to, building a tribe.
The document suggests reef socials or frag swaps. Now, I've been to a few of these. They're kind of like after-hours parties, right?
Yeah, exactly. The store stays open late. Maybe there's some pizza, some drinks. Hobbyists bring in corals they've grown at home, frags to trade with each other. It literally turns the store into a clubhouse.
And suddenly you're not just a customer, you're a member. You're hanging out with other people who get why you stare at a glass box for 2 hours a day.
You're part of the scene. And to formalize that a bit, they propose a Reef Academy.
Like actual classes.
Structured classes, Water Chemistry 101, Aquascaping Artistry, and users could even earn a Reef Academy graduate certificate or a t-shirt.
That's cool. It gamifies learning.
It does. And it positions the store staff as the professors, the authorities.
Which builds massive trust. If you took a class from Joe on water chemistry, are you going to buy your chemicals from Amazon or from Joe?
You're buying from Joe.
Another great community builder in the notes is the community tank.
A crowdsourced aquarium. Explain this one.
It's a display tank in the store, but the community gets to vote on what fish goes in next. Or maybe people can donate corals to it.
So I can go in and say, hey, see that mushroom coral? I donated that.
Exactly. It creates this sense of shared ownership. You have a stake in the store's display. You're going to bring your friends to show them your contribution. It anchors you to that location emotionally.
And finally, to tie it all together, there's ReefFest, or the hashtag LFS Saturday.
A coordinated annual celebration.
Yeah, I think it's Small Business Saturday, but just for reef stores. National marketing, raffles, live streams. It galvanizes the whole hobby to support the local guys on one specific day.
Sounds like a party.
It should be. It's about celebrating the culture of the local fish store, reminding people that these places are special.
So when we zoom out and look at all 4 of these pillars, education, operations, tech, community, It really creates this comprehensive safety net.
It changes the relationship. Fundamentally, it moves it from being purely transactional.
I give you money, you give me a fish.
Right. It becomes relational. By helping the beginner succeed with mentorship and helping the store survive with cooperative buying, the whole ecosystem just gets stronger.
The store becomes a partner in your success, not just a vending machine.
That is the goal. If the hobbyist succeeds, the store succeeds. If the store succeeds, the hobbyist has a place to go. It's totally symbiotic.
And there's one final thought in the source material that I found incredibly provocative. It's a little experimental, but it's worth chewing on. It might be the future of how these businesses survive.
Oh, I think I know which one you mean. Is it the subscription model?
The concept of community-supported reefing.
Yes. This is fascinating. It's modeled after a CSA farm share, right? Where you pay a farmer up front for a box of vegetables every month.
Exactly. So imagine if hobbyists paid a monthly subscription to their local store, say $20 a month.
And in exchange, they get perks, maybe a free coral frag each month, specific discounts, early access to new livestock shipments.
But the point isn't just the perks, is it?
No. The real point is the cash flow. That subscription fee gives the store a steady, reliable income to survive the lean months. It reimagines the customer, not just as a shopper,
But as a stakeholder.
as a stakeholder in the store's actual survival.
That's a powerful idea. You're not just buying a product, you are investing in that place existing in your town. You are literally subscribing to the existence of your local reef shop.
It is the ultimate expression of community. If we value these spaces, if we want that blue-lit room to be there next year, we might have to change how we support them.
It turns the hobby into a collective effort.
Exactly.
Well, there you have it. A battle plan to save the local reef store, from 30-day guarantees all the way to crowdsourced tanks. It really highlights that while we all love the convenience of clicking buy online, nothing replaces that face-to-face advice from a pro who knows your tank.
So support your LFS. They are the heartbeat of this hobby.
Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive. Go check your salinity, hug your clownfish, and we'll catch you on the next one.